It's not the market that's killing your momentum. It's the team that you're either too frustrated or too tired to fix. Have you ever muttered to yourself, man, if I just had better people, if they were just more like me, if they just cared as much as I do? Let me hit you with the truth. If your team is the problem, then you are not the solution. You never get the team that you want. You only get the team that you've trained, tolerated, or transformed. And this is the first battle in the team war, and it starts in the mirror. I'm Chris Hunsaker, and this is the Dealership War Room. Leadership fire, 7 minutes, built daily, fueled intentionally, and delivered relentlessly. I shared with you in the velocity framework, there's 3 wars you have got to win: the inner war, the team war, and the execution war. Last week, we spent the whole week on the inner war, how to win that inner war, both at work and at home. And this week, we're going to dive into the team war. So let's go look at how you can start absolutely winning the team war. If it's easy to do, everybody is already doing it. And that right there is your clue that it's the wrong thing to do. Whatever most of the people are doing is almost always the wrong direction to go. It's easy to blame your team. They're inconsistent. They're not closing. They don't follow the process. But 90% of the time, a people problem isn't the people. It's really a leadership gap. Take your service drive. Our open ROs all over the place, your whip is out of control, and you've told them several times exactly what you need, and nothing ever happens. And so you tell yourself, they just don't care. But the truth, you've trained them that your words don't matter because nothing followed after the talk. Or take your sales desk. You roll out a new CRM discipline and you tell everybody and they all nod, and the next day they ignore it. Not defiance, drift. Because no one reinforced the standard, because no one reclosed them on the why. Let me give you a pro tip that as a top salesperson or a top advisor, you made your money, you made your mark by closing people on a product. As a leader, you make your money, you make your mark by closing people on an idea. You want to be a top leader, then you need to be closing people on ideas. Always be closing, and I hope you get the reference, and if you do, that's awesome. But as a leader, you need to be relentlessly closing, effectively closing people every single day on the mindsets, habits, and rituals that are going to drive success. Those things that lie just outside of their comfort zone, but are the exact things they need to do to succeed. It's in their self-serving interest and the interest of the business. But as a leader, you need to always be closing. So let me ask you, are you still a closer? Or have you become a complainer? My team, yada, yada. They just, yada, yada. They won't, yada, yada. Again, are you still a closer? Or have you decided to become a complainer? So when I'm with leaders and I ask them, why did you stop selling? Why did you stop closing? The answer is almost always the same. Because I just got too tired and too frustrated and I just backed off. And I have to tell you, I've done the same thing myself way more times than I'd like to admit. You withdraw. You just take back control and you say, you know what? I can do it better myself. I'm just going to do it myself. But that move ends the same every single time. You get bitter, they get worse, culture gets foggy, and execution, it goes off the cliff. And that is the invisible loop that is killing your velocity. So let's reset your velocity with a tool that I call the 3T test. Every behavior on your team is there for one of 3 reasons. Number 1, trained. You taught it, you modeled it, you reinforced it, and installed it as part of your team culture. It became your signature. Number 2, tolerated. You saw it, but you said nothing. Or worse, you backed off, so it stayed. And number 3, you transformed it. You saw it, called it out, coached it, and then relentlessly closed them on the mindsets, habits, and rituals they needed to absolutely transform. And you raised the bar, and you took what was a problem and turned it into production. Those are the 3. Every behavior in your culture right now, stuff that you love and stuff that you hate, is something that was trained, something that was tolerated, or something that was transformed. And you are 100% in control of surgically removing the behaviors you don't want, amplifying the ones that you do. So let me ask you a quick question. What percentage of the time is every? Right, it's 100%. So no exceptions, no neutral behaviors. Every behavior on your team is trained, tolerated, or transformed. That's your wake. That is your legacy, and that is your control. Now it's time to turn insight into action, data into dollars. And I want you to grab a sticky note to write on or talk into a voice memo if you're walking or driving on your phone. But I want you to think through what is one key team behavior that you know if you can fix, you're going to see productivity, you're going to see performance, you're going to see gross profit go up. Now, do you have that in mind? Okay, next step. Here's what I need you to do. I want you to ask yourself, is it a skill issue? Something they don't know how to do? Is it a will issue? Something they don't want to do? Or is it a leadership gap? Then run it through the 3T test. Check. Ask yourself, did I train it? Did I tolerate it? Am I willing to transform it? And then here's your leadership reset. That all this week, if you find yourself wanting to complain about your people or complain about something, I want you to stop and ask, what am I reinforcing or tolerating that's producing this behavior? And I want you to think about that one more time. This is how you go from insight to action. So you're going to consistently stop and ask, what am I reinforcing or tolerating that's producing this behavior? And that is going to give you the key to unlock your next level of performance. Want a better team? Build better habits. Want better habits? Get a better mirror. I'm going to invite you to please take and forward this podcast to one member of your team and ask them this question. Where do we need to run the 3T test today? Because it's not a team problem. It's a closing problem. And closing is exactly what leaders do. The team war has begun. And the first fight is always in the mirror. So let's go lead different. Let's go be closing. And let's go create some leadership fire. And I'll see you tomorrow in the Dealership War Room.